Welcome back to 6-Minute Math, where we turn confusion into clarity 6 minutes at a time. Thank you for joining us today for our video on simplifying radicals using the perfect square method. Ring that bell to get notified of more 6-minute content that gets released periodically. 6 minutes tends to fly by, so here we go. Our key points are to understand that simplifying radicals is the process of changing a radical to where no factor of that radicand is a perfect square. The process is we are going to factor that radicand with the highest possible perfect square, and to use this we are going to use a factor u. If you don't know what a factor u is, be sure to check out our video here at 6-Minute Math called Factors, which helps explain that process. Then we're going to split that radicand into those two factors. We're going to find the root of that perfect square, and then we're going to simplify. So let's check out an example here. We're going to simplify root 45. So I have my process, and we're going to factor that radicand with the highest possible perfect squares. I have my factor u here, and I do a quick check, and I find my highest, and in this case only perfect square is 9. So I split 45 into 9 times 5, and then I split that radicand into two separate roots. Then I am going to find the root of that perfect square. Root 9 is 3. That's still multiplied by root 5. And then I simplify that to 3 root 5. So let's check out some examples here. We're going to simplify the following radical of root 50. And my first step is going to be find all the factors. So I have my factor u here, and I do a quick scan and see that I have 25 as the highest perfect square. So I'm going to split root 50 up into root 25 times 2. I'm now going to split those roots. We have root 25 times root 2. Root 25 is 5. We're going to multiply that by root 2. And then we're going to make that look nice of 5 root 2. On to another example. We're going to simplify root 72. And I have my factor u for 72. In this case, I have multiple perfect squares. We have 4, 9, and 36. Please remember, I always need the highest, which in this case is that 36. So I take my root 72 and I split it up into root 36 times 2. We're going to split that into two roots. We're going to root 36 times root 2. Root 36 is 6 times root 2. And then we make that look nice, 6 root 2. Here's another example. We're going to simplify root 192. And I have my factor u here. I do that quick scan to find all of my perfect squares. We got 4, 16, and 64. We want the highest one, which is that 64. So let's split this up. Root 192 is also root 64 times 3. We're going to split that into root 64 times root 3. Root 64 is 8 times root 3. And then make that look nice for 8 root 3. Let's simplify this following. Now it might be a little different. In this case, we have a cube root. So instead of finding our highest perfect square, we're going to find our highest perfect cube in our factor u. In this example, we only have one perfect cube, which is 8. So that is what we are going to use. We're going to have the cube root of 8 times 3. And then we split that into two cube roots. Cube root of 8 times the cube root of 3. the cube root of 8 is 2 times the cube root of 3, and then make that look nice. We have 2 cube root 3. On to our last example here. We're going to simplify cube root 250. We have our factor u here, and we're going to do that quick scan and see that our highest perfect cube is 125. So we're going to split the cube root of 250 into the cube root of 125 times 2. We're going to split that into the cube root of 125 times the cube root of 2. The cube root of 125 is 5 times the cube root of 2. And then we'll make that look nice. 5 cube root 2. Those are all the examples we have today for simplifying radicals using the perfect square method. Please follow us on Instagram and TikTok at 6Minute Math, and ring that bell, like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment below for any topic you want to see me tackle in a future 6-minute episode. Always remember that the best way to get math is to practice math, so keep on practicing. And until next time, keep solving and evolving.